Hello and welcome to the CBS 4 postgame special. I'm Mark Haas. Broncos got dominated for 3 quarters, made a game of it in the 4th, but came up short. And now their road to the playoffs will certainly not be easy. I am pretty sure that one day, August 3rd, will be recognized as an official holiday in New England because August 3rd is Tom Brady's birthday. And Tommy turned 40 today. So the Pats threw him a party that included 5 goats because Brady has won 5 Super Bowls, and, well, that makes him the GOAT. Fans could also sign a huge card for Tom, and many brought their own as well. And, of course, they had to sing for birthday boy Brady. So this week, the New York Jets tweeted that they will be debuting a no-fly zone this season. Now, the Broncos aren't the first team to use that nickname, but I figured that they might take issue with another team using it at the same time.
That's funny. There's only one no-fly zone.
It's funny, you know, because it's like the Jets, what have they done?
That's a good question. The Jets secondary last year was 17th in pass defense and tied for 25th with 30 touchdowns allowed. And the current players, not exactly household names.
Who? The Jets?
Jets. They put a little graphic up that said that they're debuting their no-fly zone.
I don't even know any DBs on their teams.
Now it's a no-fly zone. Like, what? Look like they're flying pretty good, you know?
Yeah, all passes cleared for takeoff at MetLife Stadium. Anyways, you know what they say. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. But seriously, get your own nickname. When Brock Osweiler got to Houston, one of the things he said was that he thought the Texans gave him the best chance to be successful. Well, the Broncos defense, they know Brock pretty well, and they were pretty confident he wasn't going to have much success here tonight. It's been a tough opening stretch for Colorado, but they did have a really nice moment a week ago when the fans all stood during the 24th minute to show support for number 24, Courtney Ford, and his mom, Lori, who's battling cancer. Courtney says if it wasn't for his mom, there's no chance he'd be where he is today. So that is the opinion from the Titans locker room. Let's head to Nashville and join Michael Spencer. And Michael, I think it's safe to say that the Broncos have a slightly different view of what happened in that second quarter. Hey, Jim, yeah, this is the kickoff to Super Bowl week. They're calling it opening night this year. It's the first chance for media to hear from the teams here in California. The Broncos session will go first. They're going to get underway in just a couple minutes. When we often talk about Peyton Manning, we talk about his preparation. He was always prepared for everything. Well, today, when Manning stepped to the podium, he paused for 10, maybe 15 seconds. He needed just a little extra time to compose himself before delivering an emotional goodbye. So the Broncos have another quarterback competition. It has been 3 months since Vance Joseph was hired, but he still hasn't been on the field with his 2 young QBs. So when asked to compare them, he has used the same lines over and over. First, his thoughts on Trevor Siemian.
You've got Trevor, who's a great technician, great footwork. He's smart, efficient.
A fundamentally sound, great footwork, you know, great with the ball. He's smart. He's fast with the ball. You know, he makes little error with the football. That's important.
Smart, efficient, fundamentally sound. Those are some fine qualities to have in a quarterback. But they are nothing compared to what Paxton brings to the table.
You know, Paxton's a tall, big arm guy, athletic guy. He's a big guy with a big arm. He's very athletic. Obviously, Paxton's a big, strong guy with a big arm. He's a tall man with a big arm.
3 months, and the only thing that Joseph has found to say about Paxton Lynch is that he is tall and has a big arm.
It's a great day today to be an ore digger.
M-I-N-E-S. Anytime you sign a 5-star recruit, it's a big deal.
We beat Ohio State, we beat USC, we beat Notre Dame, we beat Florida.
A whole 3'11", 42 pounds. He's going to be a monster for us.
It's got a huge day today. What made you choose the School of Mines?
Because they're cool.
They're cool?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we could go ahead and have Scott sign his national letter of intent.
Do you know what you just signed?
No.
No? Did you read it first?
No.
He could play quarterback, he could play running back, he could play receiver, he could even sack the quarterback. I mean, he's got a master tool bag.
Well, I'm pretty good at running.
Okay.
And I'm also good at stealing the football. I can easily run past them and steal grab them out of their hands.
And the best part of today, cupcakes and donuts. At the School of Mines, Mark Haas, CBS 4 Sports. His entry won, and the video put together by the Seacrest Studios at the hospital has now been viewed more than 2.5 million times. It was in that same Seacrest Studios that Daniel, a huge football fan, started hosting his own NFL radio show. He later became the hospital's ambassador to the Denver Broncos. Daniel is now healthy and back in school, and this week we'll have his Make-A-Wish granted, and we'll get to announce the Broncos' first-round draft pick alongside Commissioner Roger Goodell.
Number one, Packers versus Colts in the Hall of Fame game, because absolutely no one will play in this game, but who cares because football will be back.
Daniel Halpern loves talking football.
Enough about the Texans, back to the Broncos.
Halpern is the host of his own NFL radio show at Children's Hospital, Colorado, where he has become quite the celebrity.
Who's the hospital's Broncos ambassador and the next Bob Costas, but only if he doesn't get any taller.
In the past 2 years, Daniel has been on the NFL Network with the Sklar brothers.
Welcome, Daniel. How have you been, buddy?
I'm better than ever, and you?
Yeah, we're good.
He's been featured on ESPN.com with Jeff Legwold.
Daniel is our resident Bronco expert. You can invite 3 Broncos to dinner. Who are they?
Pete Manning, John Elway, Von Miller.
Daniel's done sideline reporting with KOA's Andy Lindahl and Super Bowl week reporting from San Francisco.
They've had such an amazing run. I don't think anyone could have predicted it. I mean, they've played so well. I'm so proud of the team.
And the now 16-year-old has met and interviewed multiple Broncos, including Demaryius Thomas.
Definitely the best 2 years of my life.
But best, not exactly the word his mom Nadine would use, considering how this 2-year run began.
He told us that it's positive and Daniel had leukemia. And your whole world just shatters.
That was June of 2014. Daniel was 14 and had just finished the 8th grade.
I was pretty much on enough medication to kill a small elephant type amount. So I don't really remember anything from the first month.
But it was just the start of a long battle with the potentially deadly disease.
I had 5 rounds of chemo and a bone marrow transplant.
It was awful for a long time. It wasn't days, it wasn't weeks, it was months and months, and we were here in 9 months.
So to pass the time, Daniel turned his focus to football.
Fantasy football, I had the upper hand. I ended up winning my league that year because I had a lot of time on my hands to go through, crunch the stats, do everything I needed, and figure out who I wanted.
And he would also spend hours preparing for his new show in the Seacrest studios, which broadcasts to rooms throughout the hospital and was just what the doctor ordered.
It's been his focal point, it's been his distraction and his motivator. And some days with his radio show that he has, it's been the only thing that's gotten him out of bed.
Football helped me get through everything I went through by just keeping my mind positive and always looking forward to the next week, not because that's a week closer to getting healthy, but that's a week closer to watching another football game.